Okay, so I don't know if you guys were just on Jake's call, but that was phenomenal. I had excitement, I had tears, I had chills, like a full range of emotions. That is why he is the master at presenting the business because he knows what he's talking about. And he does it in such a special way. I think that this Zoom tonight right now is not about Jake's presentation, but I can't not talk about it for a second. I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the ingredients in products and the nitty gritty things when, I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if you got off that call, I think you're leaving like feeling really good right now. Like, this is so much more than taking your vitamins. This is about making your life better in all of the areas. And it's just really special that we get to be a part of it. And one thing before I turn it over to Whitney that I just have to share because it's just been on my heart that I want you guys to realize. Jake also talks a lot about company momentum, team momentum, and personal momentum. You can have one of them, you can have two of them, but it's when you have all three that it's game over. That's when you're going to start like raking it in. So, right now, we have insane company momentum, right? We're coming out of convention. Excitement is high. Collagen is launched. Things are just really, really exciting. We know that big things are coming. Hello, there has been a trillion hints dropped about Friday. Company momentum is not an accident. It is planned. It is intentional, and it is a gift to us. I don't know if you realize that, but Jake and all of corporate, there's like, here's a gift to you to grow your business. Okay. We have insane company momentum right now. We have amazing team momentum right now. And that is something I, with the leaders on this team, have created in this like insane contest. I don't know if you guys are excited about it. I think you are. Um, but I have intentionally created team momentum. And so we have that. That's number two. The last one is personal momentum. And if you guys were on, I think it was a Q News a few months, I think it was one of the ones right before convention when Jake talked about getting yourself into personal momentum. I will go as far as to say that can just be your mindset. It can just be changing a thought. It could be changing an action. It could be deciding that you're going to get off the couch and go work out. And I'm talking about working out because I have been making myself get back into moving my body because I had not for a long time. I joke that I traded my body for my bank account. So now my bank account is settled for now. And I need to start creating some balance in that area. But getting yourself into personal momentum is just creating certain habits, different mindsets. I know that Whitney could probably explain that way better than I can because that's not my strength, but it's up to you. This is the point. It's up to you right now if you're going to get in personal momentum, whatever that looks like for you. You can have all three this month. And like Jake said on Q News today, did you guys hear that? How he talked about on Friday, you're going to see your volume jump, and depending on how hard you work, 20 to 80%, you're going to see people hit their highest ranks ever on Friday. It's happening. And so the personal momentum part is up to you. Okay, that was another random thing I just had to share. So this call tonight, I'm so excited that we have Whitney on here, and it's because of you guys. Part of our fun contest was unlocking a one-on-one that Krista Archer is getting. I'm so pumped for her. But also this call. And so Whitney, I am just going to turn it over to you. You guys, I think you know Whitney by now. To know her is to love her. She is just so wise and humble and just someone that is easy to gravitate towards. I just love chatting with her and talking with her. And I leave every conversation feeling like $1,000,000 and feeling empowered and excited. And I know that that's how you guys are going to leave this call tonight. So thank you so much for taking time tonight, Whit.
Yes, absolutely. You guys, I've said this a million times, but these are like actually my favorite. And I jump off and I like walk into the living room and my husband's like, how'd it go? And I'm like, oh my gosh, just love it so much. And so he thinks I'm a weirdo, but okay. So right before I jumped on, you know how you see like videos on Facebook ads that are always scrolling and pop up all the time. I saw this clip and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, so you guys have all seen Blindside, where Sandra Bullock, like she and her son are sitting on the bleachers and she sees Michael struggling on the field and she like walks up, she like gives a good game to the coach and she says, Bert, you're going to want to get this. And she walks on the field and she grabs Michael and she gives him this pep talk and she like makes it all clear for him. And then she walks back to her seat and she tells her son, like, get the video camera ready, like in full confidence. She knows exactly what's going to happen. And then what does Michael do? Like he totally, you watch as he has this massive shift in his performance. And I thought, this is what I'm doing for you tonight, but this is what you get to do for your people leaving this call and leaving Jake's call. You get to walk away with full confidence after this call tonight, full confidence that what you are doing is going to have a massive impact and that the goals that you are setting right now are already done. Like it's a no-brainer. It's whether it happens this month, whether it happens next month, it is in full confidence that this is going to happen. So I watched that clip and I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. Okay, so here's what I want to do really quick. You guys know I really love making you uncomfortable, and I'm going to like straight out of the gate, I want to make you really uncomfortable. If you guys have never done NLP before, we're going to do like a really quick exercise, but here's the reason I want to do that tonight. We are going to be talking about moving mountains, hitting goals, and I'm going to talk about 3 different topics and how they're different from each other, 3 different things. And I want you to be able to visualize where you're at and where you want to go. Okay. So this is going to take 5 minutes, but if you need to turn off your camera just for a moment, you have my permission to do so, but turn it back on when you're done. But here's what we're going to do. I need you to close your eyes and I need you to just sit really still for a moment. Okay. I need you to take one really big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do it one more time. Take a really deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I want you to keep your eyes closed and I want you to get really specific with this, okay? I want you to think about one thing that you have accomplished that you're so proud of. One thing that it doesn't matter if it's in Q, if it's in your personal life, if it's as a mom, in your marriage. I want you to think of something that you are most proud of. And I want you to visualize it. I want you to think about it. And I want you to really check in with your body and see how that feels. And pick an emotion or a feeling to name it. Okay, once you have that, I want you to keep your eyes closed. I want you to think about 6 months from now. And I want you to think about something that you would feel so proud if you accomplished it. What goal in 6 months are you trying to achieve? And I want you to be very clear with yourself. Think about like you actually hitting that goal. 6 months from now, you see yourself as a whatever rank or achieving whatever goal you have in your mind. And then I want you to get really specific. How does that feel in your body? Okay, you can open your eyes. The reason I want to start with this is because if you are unable to picture your goal, the rest of this 30 minutes is going to be a waste of your time. So I want you, if that was difficult for you, I want you to spend some time tonight really working on that and picturing it yourself. But I'm going to give you a lot of tools and thoughts to work on and a lot of aha moments tonight. And I want you to take those and apply it to what that goal feels like in 6 months. I did this earlier, and like my first emotion of the thing I was proud of felt like I was giving myself a hug. And the second emotion was strong. Like I felt so strong. And I pictured a staircase. And for me, I pictured like one small staircase, and then I pictured a huge step and then another step. And that huge step was like, I can totally do that one step, but it's a big step for me. It's a challenging step for me. But I pictured myself at the very top of that staircase right away. So I want you to just keep, if you find yourself like thinking about your goals and finding yourself in anxiety, I want you to just do that exercise. Okay, we're about to dive in, so buckle up. Okay, so we are going to talk about, I want to talk about three things, the difference between two things, like three different subjects. The first one that I'm going to talk about, and the reason I'm starting with this is because I really want to set your pace right now and set your brains on the right track as we walk through this, because it's about to get heavy. We're going to talk about the difference between hustle and hard work. If you guys have never like thought about the differences and what this is going to look like, I want you to be intentional right now, because you have what, 8 days, 9 days left in the month. And I want this to be a month where you are working so incredibly hard, but I do not want you to be in burnout hustle mode. And I do not want this to be something where you are waking up at the beginning of October saying like, I'm not going to work for a week because I'm so tired, because guys, you don't have time. There's not time for you to just not do anything the first week in October. And the way to avoid that is to make this distinction right now. Okay. Hustle will leave you exhausted every time. Hard work will leave you energized. Even if your body, the physical sensation in your body is tired, it will leave you energized. Okay. Hustle sounds like I have to make this rank for my family. I need to do this tonight. I don't have any options. Hard work sounds like I get to do this. I get to work really hard. I get to stay up late. This is such a blessing. This is such a gift. Hard work says, I'm going to serve my audience. Hustle says, I'm trying to meet my own needs. Okay. And here's the biggest one. This is the one I want you to write down. Hustle says, God, I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if this is going to work out. Hard work says, God, I already know it's done. You already have planned my steps. You have prepared them in advance for me, and it is done. Whatever this goal is, whatever the thing that you're trying to accomplish is, if it's a number of people or bodies or people that you're helping, God, I know that no matter what timeline, it's already done, right? Okay. So that's the difference between hustle and hard work, the one I wanted to focus on at the very beginning. Now I really want you to picture your goal for this month. And then I want you to think about how it has come about already. Have you already hit it? Do you have a huge goal that feels super far away? How do you like, as you feel in your body in relation to your goal, do you feel attached or do you feel committed? And I'm going to tell you the difference. And before I do that, I want to tell you the biggest difference between what separates you from someone who is achieving massive, huge goals. It's the audacity to go for it. The only difference between you and someone who is willing to go for their goals and risking failure is audacity. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the difference between attachment and commitment. Attachment to your goal is letting the results determine how you show up and what your identity is. Okay. Attachment is a very passive action. When you're attached to something, you are not actively choosing to do it. It's happening to you, right? Like if you feel like I was attached to a boyfriend in high school and it was really hard to break up, it was happening to you, right? Okay. Here's the kicker. Attachment means that quitting is on the table. I wonder what would happen if you chose to never let quitting this business be on the table. Because right now, some of you guys are walking around and it's like, if this doesn't work out, if I don't hit my goal, I'm just going to try this for 3 months. You are attached. It's this very like passive, it's just happening to me. I don't have a choice in this. I'm just going to like see what happens and see the results I get. Totally ineffective. Okay. Want to know how to be effective? Be committed. Here's the difference. Commitment means success is achieved even when the world delivers, like in the outside eye, even when the world delivers it as a failure. Even if you aren't at the OV that you want to be at today, and you're seeing that as like, I don't know if I'm going to hit my goal. Commitment is saying, no matter what happens this month, no matter what happens tonight, no matter what happens tomorrow, if she says yes, if they agree to an up call, if I get her launch this week, I don't care what happens. Commitment is saying success is inevitable, right? When you commit to something, you're making a conscious decision to pursue it wholeheartedly. It's being dedicated. It's giving it all of yourself. Okay. Commitment is an active choice. You are choosing how to show up regardless of the outcome. It's being able to take massive action, and it's being able to be really uncomfortable. And I think a lot of you believe that you're committed until it gets really hard and you don't hit that goal, or until you didn't see Royal Diamond in 6 months, or until when you thought you were going to be bronze in the first month that you joined. That commitment is like, see you later. That means you're attached to your goal. This team doesn't do attachment. This team does commitment, because you guys are in it for the long run, right? Okay. So we talked about difference in hard work and hustle, the difference in attachment and commitment. Now we're going to talk about, this is like the one that I really want to focus on right now, because, and I think you guys are going to be like, what does this have to do with my goals? There is a difference, huge difference between confidence and self-confidence. And I'm going to tell you what they are, because I want you guys to build this muscle. Failing builds self-confidence. Trying and succeeding builds confidence. Okay? Confidence is based on evidence from the past. It's basically like your brain looking at what you've already accomplished to inform what you believe you can accomplish. Okay? So confidence is always evidence-based. It's like if I asked you, how confident do you feel in pouring this glass of water? You'd be like, yeah, I've done it 100 times. No big deal. It's like not a big deal. But if you've never been a barista and I tell you to like take the foamy stuff and make that cool swan heart angel looking thing at the top of it, you'd be like, I have no self-confidence because I have never done that before. There's no way that's going to turn out. Right? Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to get really honest with yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade your self-confidence? 1 being 0 and 10 being like amazing, 1 being like absolutely nothing, 10 being amazing. I want you to just like jot down a number for me on your paper. And I'm going to tell you something that's super interesting. Let's just say that you wrote down a 7. Okay. I feel, and that is based on an informed decision that I know how to create money. I know how to work this business. I know how to be successful. I know that I have everything I need. I've got all the resources. I feel like I'm a 7, right? When you think about why you're a 7 and not a 10, that only can result in scarcity. If you think about 7 as it relates to 5, why am I a 7 and not a 5? It only results in abundance. Right now, you guys are thinking, why am I a 7 right now and Britt is a 10? And it's putting you into this cycle of scarcity of what am I missing? What am I lacking? What don't I have? I don't have a big enough influence. I don't have enough whatever. And it's putting you in, throwing you into scarcity, and it's making you question all of your goals right now. When you think about, I'm a 7 and not a 5, what would you define a 5 at? And when you think about like how far you've come from there, that equals abundance. I'm going to tell you the difference now in confidence and self-confidence. Self-confidence is based solely internally, okay? It's based on your opinion and your ability to believe in yourself without any evidence or history of what you're about to do. The opposite of self-confidence is self-doubt. Self-doubt looks like, I don't know how. I've never done it before. I'm not talented enough. I'm not good enough. It's too hard. Self-confidence is being secure in yourself and your abilities. It's your ability to trust yourself, knowing, here's the kicker, knowing that you can experience any emotion, including failure, without being harmed. And it's your overall opinion of yourself. The reason that this is important is because some of you are afraid to go for your goals because you're afraid of failing. And that fear of failure is totally negating anything that you've ever told yourself, any self-talk, self-coach, affirmations, anything that your leaders have told you, any belief that you thought you had is out the window, because all you can see is something that you've never accomplished. You guys, Brit's never accomplished diamond until she got to diamond, or crown diamond, or even royal diamond this month. Like, these are things that no one has ever accomplished besides Fran, right? That just happened like a week ago. This is unheard of. It's unthinkable. Why in the world would she go for such a huge goal? Why would you go for bronze this month? Why would you go and run for silver this month? You've never done it before. You've never accomplished that before. How would you know? The best way that I can describe it to you is being willing to feel anything, no matter what. Being able to feel fear, being able to feel failure. Self-confidence it's having your own back, right? It's your ability to trust yourself regardless of the outcome. And I'm going to give you a couple of thoughts that you can adopt or that you can take. And then I've got some like major homework for you guys. Okay. In addition to the a million things that you're doing, yeah, I've got some questions to give you guys. Hold on. Okay. Here's some thoughts that you can adopt, or I will give to you. They are on loan until you fully believe them yourself. What others think about me is 100% about them. I was made for this. I am capable. The worst thing that can happen is just a feeling. Even if I go for bronze and I miss it by 300 OV and I feel like an absolute failure, the worst thing that can happen is I feel something. It's just a feeling. Okay? I have my own back. My potential is absolutely limitless. Failure earns successes. The better I fail, the more confident I am. Okay? The reason that I'm talking about failure right now is because so many of you are so afraid of going for that big goal when you think I've only got 9 days left. And I'm here to tell you the worst thing that can happen is a feeling. The worst thing. Do not take your foot off the gas. This is not the time. This is not the time. This is the time to move in the direction of momentum. Did you hear what Britt said when she first started the call? I'm choosing momentum for my team. I don't know about you, but I was like, heck yeah, it is a choice. It is a choice to choose to have and experience momentum. It doesn't just happen to you. It's not a fluke. It doesn't come out of thin air. You get to choose to experience momentum. You create it. And it's not created by the amount of people that join your team. You create it in your mind first before anything else happens. Self-confidence is believing that you can see the outcome without having any evidence to support it. So here's the last thing that we're going to do, because right now A lot of you are thinking, oh yeah, it's like, it's great to have these huge goals. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited about what I'm going to accomplish. But like, what am I most afraid of? Like, what is holding me back right now? And it's everyone. You have this like everyone, what everyone will think, what everyone will say behind my back. And I'm curious to know who your everyone is. Because I would venture to guess that your everyone are the worst people. It's like the mean girls from high school and your boss at work right now and your best friends who keep telling you that what you're doing is salesy, right? Your everyone, you think that like everyone actually is like everybody in the world. But I really want you to be specific when you define your everyone. And then I'm going to give you some homework. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to remove the barrier. The barrier that is keeping you from hitting that huge goal, we're just going to get rid of it. It's like, it's about to be like, see you later, not dealing with that anymore. This is no longer an issue. My coach all the time says, this isn't a problem. This is no longer a problem for you. This is not a big deal. As if like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. It's totally fine. So we're going to remove the barrier of what other people think about you forever. And I want you to take a deep dive into your everyone. And then from now on, you'll decide to take action based on what you want to believe, not what everyone believes. Okay. So here are the questions that I'm going to put them in the chat box. I'm going to read them first, and then I'm going to put them in the chat box, and then you're going to take them and you're going to work on them tomorrow or the next day or tonight or whatever you want to do. Okay. But these are the questions that I really want you to ask yourself. What do people think about you right now? If you went all in for your dreams and achieved them, what would people think? If you went all in for your dreams and failed, what would people think? Oh, and just a caveat, the only failure, you've probably heard this a million times, the only failure is quitting. Like attachment is leaving quitting on the table, right? So if you are no longer attached to your goal, and if you're committed to your goal, failure is no longer an option anymore. You either hit a goal or you don't. It means nothing about you. In what ways are people right about you? And so what? And in what ways are they wrong about you? And are you willing to let them be wrong? One of the biggest things that I've ever struggled with in my entire life is the feeling of being misunderstood. Like it physically like hurt my body to be misunderstood. And it was this common feeling and for me for years. And it kept me playing very small. It made me believe that I had nothing to offer. It made me believe that I had no business being a leader. It made me believe that being misunderstood. It made me believe that I couldn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish because I didn't have the skill set. And you guys, you may be thinking like, holy cow, like how in the world? Why would she ever? Because all of us have those thoughts. And all of us will be misunderstood at one point or another. You get to decide if you're okay with it. Right now, you're not sure. You're not sure if you're willing to be okay with it. That is what will keep you from being successful. That is what will keep you from reaching your goal. Being willing to be misunderstood, being willing to be uncomfortable, and being willing to allow them to believe something that may not be true about you. Because you're everyone. They're dictating your results right now. You realize you're just like kind of handing your power to them. You're like, here you go. You tell me, is this goal crazy? Is it? Am I insane for doing this? And you're like, here, this is my most precious gift besides my firstborn and my marriage and my relationship with Jesus. But here you go for it. You tell me. Like, I don't know about you, but the only way that I would ever hand that over is if it was to my 5 people on my sticky note, like Brene Brown says. Like, do you believe I can accomplish this? Is this dumb? My 5 people in my life. Okay, last question. What are you committed? This is the biggest one. What are you committed to believing about yourself, no matter what others may think or may not think? And when you come up with that sentence, that is going to be the one sentence that you hold on to. I'm going to put these in the chat. Um, oh, sorry, it's got Roman numerals in there. That's just how my notes are. One of the things that Chris and Boss and I are always talking about. Woo, I saw one of you crying. Pull it together, Whit. Pull it together. One of the things that Chris and Boss and I talk about all the time is like we've learned how to ride the money bike. Like we've learned how to ride the successful bike. It doesn't matter what you put in front of me. It doesn't matter, like something that I've never done before. Like I know how to ride that bike. Like I've done it before. It doesn't matter if I'm like riding it here or riding it there, if I'm trying to make $1 million or if I'm trying to get 20 new clients this week, if I'm launching a new program, it doesn't matter. Like I've learned how to ride the bike. You guys are learning how to ride this bike. You've already learned how to ride the bike. And now you're looking at all the people on the sidelines who are still in training wheels, mocking you. And you're saying, gosh, am I writing this right? Am I doing this right? Is this absolute? They don't get a say, you guys. They don't. They don't get a say about who puts food on your family's table. Quit giving your power away. This is not salesy. You are changing lives. You are giving freedom. Last thing I'll say, because I was not planning on saying this. My dad is on his deathbed right now, downstairs. Like we brought him home. He's like on like a week or two out. And you know what's so interesting to me? He had a conversation with me tonight, wanting to make sure that my mom was going to be taken care of. And when I was holding his hand, talking to him about this, he wanted to make sure that we were going to be fine, that we were going to be taken care of on his deathbed, wanting to make sure that we were going to be taken care of. What you are doing today in this moment, this decision that you're making is to leave a legacy for your family, to take the pressure off of your husband, to step up and show the generations behind you that this is totally possible. And that we as women deserve to be here, and that we deserve to make a lot of money, and we deserve to change people's lives, and we deserve to be in positions of responsibility, and we deserve to be in positions of power because God has given us that responsibility, not just to be moms, not just to be wives, but be influential. And I don't ever want you to take that for granted, and I don't ever want you to give that away. This is too important, you guys. This is too important. It's not about the collagen. It's not about all the ingredients. It's about you taking responsibility and feeling the immense responsibility to move forward and to change the legacy for your daughters and for your sons to watch you do this with excellence and integrity. And you're sitting here and you're scared. This is not the time. This is not the company. This is not the leader to do that. This is the time to move forward, okay? You guys don't have any more excuses. And if you do, you come find me and I will talk them all out of you, okay? I love you so much. I'm always on your team. I am a huge, huge supporter. I pray for you guys all the time, okay? I love you so much. Thank you for letting me come.
There is nothing else I need to say. I feel a lot of things right now. I think you guys do too. Like I said in the beginning, and like she just said now, this isn't about vitamins. It's not about the collagen. It's not about Q-Core. This is about you and progressing in your life and making that impact on other people and not being scared to do that. So I'm going to leave you guys with that because Whit said it all. Whitney, I'm so grateful for you and your precious, precious time because your time is the most precious right now. I love you. I love you guys. Let's go work really hard and change a lot of lives. Love you guys. Good night.